Yo people, welcome back to the hardware review, and we are back with Vaporesso. Yes, we're taking a look at the Luxe Q. Yes, another pod kit from Vaporesso. They did the Extra, I don't know if you remember that one. They also did the O Small, which I really did like. And they also did the Extros, the one with the adjustable airflow. And now they've come out with the Luxe Q. Yes, built-in 1000 mAh battery, Type-C charging. So we all know what we do. Let's get this review on the road. This is the box. That's everything you do get in the box. And that was the box. So the Luxe Q from Vaporesso. As you can see, it does tell you that it is Vaporesso just across here. And then on this side, it does tell you that it is the Luxe Q. I think this is a zinc alloy body to it that goes all the way around the sides. But the actual top bit of it is plastic. It's a hardened plastic, and it's got like that alligator skin look to it. There is plenty of colours you can get for that. I will show you when we go back up on top. You've got your LED indicator. Now that also tells you when you're putting the pod in, and also shows you your battery life. If it's green, it's 100 to 70%. If it's blue, it's 70 to 30%. And if it's red, you are ready to charge. It is a Type-C charging, 1 amp. Takes roughly about an hour to charge. It has got an inbuilt 1000 mAh battery. If you have a little look at the bottom, just say that it is made in China. Your kite marks, don't vape in a bin, and it tells you that it is a 1000 mAh battery. Now the pod itself, it is a 2mm pod. Nice clear pod as well. I've had no problem seeing my juice when it's in the pod. It is a top fill, and it is very, very simple. Just push it from the side like that when it's on the pod, and the top comes off. Now, I absolutely love this filling mechanism. It's brilliant. You've got a one-way valve, so when you're putting your juice in there, you've got another little valve just there, so you're getting no airlock. So as you're putting your juice in, the air's coming out from there, which I think is absolutely brilliant. When you do fill it up, make sure you leave it for roughly around about 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure that it's all nice and primed on that coil. Now, the pod itself is inbuilt. So once that coil burns out, you have to throw the entire pod away and buy another one. I'm not overly keen on stuff like that, but it is an inbuilt coil, so you can't just change the coil. Once that's burnt out, you've got to throw it away. Now the coils that you get with it, and they do tell you on the bottom, and it is color coded. Be able to see this is the 1.2 ohm mesh coil, and then you also get a 0.8 ohm mesh coil. There we go. You can tell the difference as well because you've got this one's in red and that one is in black. Now also it is leak resistant, the 3 S's. So what they're saying is you've got the seal, which is the bit at the top. You've got saturation, which means where you've actually, I'll show you on this one, it'll be a bit easier, of where your wicking ports are either side. So it's completely saturated. And then they're saying that it's sealed in. So the coil is actually sealed in. You've got that big seal that's going all the way around it. Now they're saying this has got adjustable airflow. Yes. So if you have a little look in the top of this, you'll be able to see you've got your 2 contacts either side. It is drawer activated. As you can see, there is no button, so it is drawer activated. So that little pipe that's there in the corner is for your drawer activation. Now if you have a little look on the side, just here, you've got these 2 notches that are not cut out. If you have a little look on the other side, you've got one that's cut out and one that's actually closed. That's where your airflow is. So on this side, you'll be able to see it's just at the bottom. If I move my hand away, you should be able to see it with the desk. A little bit closer for you. There we go. So if I move my hand away, you'll be able to see it. So if I put my hand across there like that, you can see it's closed. So that is where the airflow's coming in. So like I said, you've got that little pipe that's there. That is for your drawer activation. So if you have a look on the bottom of the pod, when it focuses, there we go. You've got the 2 holes either way. So they fit in, whichever way you put that pod in, they fit in to the drawer activation pipe. Yes, we'll call it that. Then you've got these little cutouts is where the air's coming in as well. Now, I'm not overly sure. I've tried to read up of how this actually works. The way I'm thinking that it works is each one of these has a different size bore as it goes into the pod. So as it's going into the pod, it's got a different size bore inside, because them holes, as you can see, are exactly the same. So what they're saying is you should put the pod in like so, and then if you want to turn it around, that changes the airflow. Does that account to adjustable airflow? I'm not quite sure. And if I'm totally honest with you, when I have been moving it around, I can't see, if any difference, if I'm totally honest with you. I can't see much difference at all. Now, the pods as well. I spoke to a number of reviewers, including Mick. Mick's Reviews, go and check him out. He's a brilliant bloke. Now, he didn't have any problems with this pod. So this is the red one, which is the 0.8 ohm. Now, as you can see, when you put that in, it just pops out. I've had it pop out in my pocket, and I will do the lob test when we get a little bit further up and show you what I mean, but it just doesn't fit in great. Now, you put in the 1.2 ohm pod, and it fits in lovely. Still comes out, obviously, if you pull it, but it fits in a lot better than when you're putting in the 0.8 ohm. So I thought it must be a problem with just the 0.8 ohm, but it isn't. He said that his 0.8 ohm worked perfectly, and the 1.2 had the problem. So there might be a little bit of inconsistency with the pod itself. Now, we've got to fit it in. We always do. It is ergonomical. It does fit in your hand really nice. It is nice and diddy as well. I do like the look of it. It does remind me a little bit of the Freemax Maxi, I think it was called. We reviewed it on here. It has got that sort of look to it. Well, we'll tell you how it vapes. Let's go back up on top. So that was an up and close look of the Luxe Q from Vaporesso. What do we reckon? Let's go top to bottom like we normally do. It is a 2mm pod. You've got that Duck Bill mouthpiece, or as we call it, Duck Dave. Why should Bill have all the fun? And because it is a small pod, it's not like one of them big Duck Dave ones that fit in your mouth and it doesn't fit nice and comfortably. But with this being smaller, it does fit nice and comfy. I've got no problem with that at all. It is a clear pod as well. You haven't got that darkened plastic, so you can see it liquid quite easily, or you can just take it out and have a little look. It is a top fill, and it is one of the better top filling mechanisms that I like. If you watch a lot of the pods that I do, then if they've got the filling port where you're pulling that bung across and it's not big enough, you end up getting that airlock, and it's just a nightmare. You get juice all over. Well, with this, it's a top fill. Only thing you're going to do is push the mouthpiece, push it to the side like that, and it just pops off. So you've got a non-returnable valve, and then on the other side you've got 1 foot which is letting the air out, so you're not getting any airlocks. I've had no problem with leaking or anything like that from the pod itself. Now, one of the bugbears of me is there is an enclosed pod. So once that actual coil is burnt out, you've got to throw all of that away and buy another pod itself. Now, my big thought on this is you've got really good coils like the GTX. Why didn't they make it so you could just put the GTX coils in there? Really, really good coils, and I love the flavour from them. And to be honest with you, the coils that they've got in here are really, really good on flavour. We'll do that in a second. But it is an enclosed pod, where nowadays I think they should be able to, that you can actually change your coils. And like I said, you've got the GTX coils that are really, really good. Now you get a 0.8 ohm coil. Now that's in red, so you know with the different colours, and it's also written at the bottom. And you also get a 1.2 ohm coil. Both of them are mesh. It's got a built-in 1000 mAh battery. I do like the look of it as well. What about the flavour? What about the clouds? Now we've got in here the red one, which is the 0.8 ohm coil. We will do that lob test in a second. Really good flavour off of this, and really good clouds as well. There's nothing wrong with the flavour at all. I've got some 50/50 Nick salts in here, some true salts, peppermint. I've had this, the actual device for about a couple of weeks now, and the coil is still going absolutely perfectly in both of them. Now, I was going to do that lob test. We'll do the 1.2 ohm first. Again, just slip in, very simple, easy. 1.2. Really good flavour on them. Now, they're saying that it's got adjustable airflow, and they're doing that by moving it around. So, obviously, it's drawer activated because there isn't any button. So, like I showed you on the up and close, you've got it where you just turn it around. Now, me personally, cannot feel any difference when I turn it around. So, we've got it that way. I couldn't tell you if that's mouth to lung or restricted direct to lung or whatever. It doesn't say anything in the packaging or on the website of which way round, and it's not indicated on the pod either. That's that way. If if there is any difference, it is a very, very minimal, and that's the same on both of them. I can't feel a big difference of turning that pod around. Turn that around. Like I said, if there is there, it is very minimal. And I would have liked him to maybe shown you on the bottom of the pod itself what you're actually wanting it to be or what it actually should be. Now, I did show you about the lob test. Now, with the... We'll get back a bit. Get back. Now, with the 1.2 ohm, I've had no problem with. But with this one, if you watch... Now, the lob test... I'll put this in now and it'll not do it. It's come out in my pocket and it's... So, I've got it in, look. There you go. So, I'm not doing a lot with it. There you go. You just see it's just gone. It's just gone. And that's not doing a lot with it. That's you probably just seen my bum there. That'd be probably no good. I'm just going like that and it just goes. Now, the 1.2 ohm, you put that in, that sits in there quite nicely, and that's going nowhere. You can give that a good old lob, and that's going nowhere. So I thought that it was just the 0.8 ohm, but I was talking to Mick from Mick's Reviews. Make sure you go and check him out. Really nice bloke. And he said that he had it the other way around, which he had it where with the 1.2 and the 0.8 was absolutely fine. It just annoys me. I haven't had any leaking from it or anything like that, but when you've got it in your pocket and it pops out, or if you're walking around, you're going to end up losing it. As you can see, that came out really, really simple. So I think that's more to do with... it's a bit of a potluck of what you get with the pod itself, a bit of inconsistency with it. Now, the device itself is really well made. I like the way it looks. It does remind me, like I did say, of the Freemax Maxi that we did do. It has that little look of it. I'll just put above my shoulder all the different colours, or maybe that shoulder actually is a bit more of a gap. So I'll put just above my shoulder all the different colours you can get for it. Like I said, 1000 mAh built-in battery. You're getting at least a day out of it. Type-C charging, 1 amp. What do I reckon to it? Yeah, I like it. It's another pod system that's out in the market. The big selling point that I do like about it is that top fill. It is really, really good. I really do like the top fill. There's nothing wrong with the flavour. There's nothing wrong with the clouds. Really good flavour, really good clouds. I would have liked to have seen it not being an enclosed pod. I would have liked to maybe to either use the GTX coils or use what this coil is. I'm not quite sure if it is a GTX coil. But use what you've got. Them GTX coils are brilliant. I use them all the time. So yeah, all in all, it's another pod kit. It's well built. It looks nice. Really good flavour. Really good clouds. You make your mind up what you reckon. So this has been another review by Little Bro. Big shout outs for Vaporesso for sending this out for review. You know what to do. If you like the review, make sure you like, subscribe and share. The subscribe button's in the corner. Give it a little press. Give me that's a new magic number. I missed a word out there as well. I know I did. I'm on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Go and hit me up, people. And there's one last thing to say before I burp. Pardon me. Keep them juices flowing. Don't forget to check out my latest video. Also, don't forget to check out 3 Men and a Vape Show live at 8 PM every Wednesday. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll catch you later.